Good morning everyone, welcome back to the Hearthstone Arena. My name is Rooster and we're playing Warlock. Which should be interesting. And we're off to a decent start, I'd say. Even though these legendaries aren't all that exciting. Let me think, I'm inclined to take the Malagos here, but that might be a little greedy. Maybe we're just taking the Chill Maw here, just for the 6/6 taunt. That makes for kind of a worse... It's kind of a really bad bug creeper though. Cho'Gall's not going to do much, because we're likely not to have that many spells. The only good spells to cast with Cho'Gall, I think, are rare cards. So that's not going to work. I think I'll take the Malagos, sure. Sure, why not? I have no idea whether that's the correct choice. Councilman doesn't seem too awful. Another Councilman might be a bit... Well, it's still okay, right? As long as it doesn't get instantly removed. I don't like Spawn of N'Zoth enough to take it this early. And basically the same with Micro Machine. It can be a little underwhelming, although Warlocks do tend to thrive with a lot of low-cost minions, and I'm likely to be able to pick up another Darkshock Councilman. Alright, I've convinced myself. Let's take the Micro Machine for now. Taking one Soulfire is probably not awful. I like it better than either of the other two cards, so sure. Fearsome Doomguard, I think. We really don't need the Acolytes. I guess the Tall Strider is probably better. Probably better right now, at least. Yeti over Spiteful Smith, yes. Flame Imp, nice. Yeah, I like that over Voidwalker. Frost Elemental, no, definitely Infiltrator, I think. Yes. Okay, so second Councilman or Voidwalker? I think it's Councilman time. Sure. Exorcist, Saboteur, Colosseum Manager. That's interesting. So Saboteur is probably the best stats for the cost. Colosseum Manager, it's not actually all that great. We don't mind not using our hero power, but when we use our hero power, we don't want to add 2 cards to our hand most of the time. We don't want to anti-tempo at the same time as using our hero power. So that one's off. I don't think Death Rattle is... Well, it's much less prevalent than before, so well, let's take the Saboteur. I think those cards are pretty close, though. Warlock is the class you don't really need the Krakens on, but it's so much better than the other 2 cards that I will take it here. Tomb Spider's not bad, but I think I'll take the Shadow Bolt over it. Sure. Healing might be valuable, and it's probably better than the Brewmaster, I'd say. Sure. Well, now the Brewmaster is actually decent stats, but we'll always have something on the board. And we don't really have anything we want to bounce at this point. Not really. I think I'll go for the Apothecary. Healing's worth more when you're a Warlock, so that's okay. Demon Heart... Probably not entirely happy about that one, but sure. Do we take the 4 or the Psychotron? I do like the Psychotron as a Warlock also. I think that's good enough, sure. No real love for the 4/4. No, not really. Possessed Villager, sure. Would like some 2 drops, I was just about to say, and that's a good one. Decent 3 drops are never bad. I would like a couple more 2 drops still, and this one provides. Demon Wrath, Healbot, Ancient Shade. This might be Shade time actually. How are our demons? Actually, demon wraths should be pretty great. We can probably finagle some kind of board advantage, even though we hardly have any demons, it seems. But it shouldn't be too hard to get a decent board situation out of that, so sure. Mortal Coil, yeah, that's what I was hoping for when I picked the Malagos. So definitely taking that. Evil Heckler over Bluegill? I don't think so. We've only got 2 4-drops, but we've only got 3 2-drops. This is not really a 2-drop though, it's more like a 2 mana, 2 damage. It can serve as a 2-drop in a pinch though, and I think that's more important than filling out our 4 slot. Dark Bomb. Horse Rider's pretty good. Power Overwhelming's not bad, but we don't really have the synergy right here. 2/3's not that great though. Do we really have that many minions that we are willing to sacrifice? I don't think it's Power Overwhelming here. Let's take the Horse Rider, even though we have a lot. Well, we don't have a lot of 3s. Because some of them are rather situational, like Shadow Bolt and Demon Wrath. I'm okay with taking the Horse Rider there. Looks like it's a Floating Watcher after all, so that makes me even happier that we didn't take it before. Direwolf is good. Booty Bay is bad. Let's take a Brewmaster. So, again, glad we didn't take that before. We've got enough 1s and 2s, I think, that we don't need to take the Gnome. So let's take the Sinjin and second to last card. Oh, I was kind of expecting the last card here. Any dragons beside Malagos? I think the answer's no. Not taking Master of Ceremonies, a 2/6 for 4. No, let's take the Skygon. Curve is a bit heavy for a Warlock deck. So we'll take the 2/1 for 1. I don't love it, but taking this... Well, do we really want... We don't have a lot of heavy stuff except for these 2. I guess it might be okay. These other 2 cards are so poor. Okay, we'll take it. If they were even slightly better, like a 2/2 for 2, then I would be inclined to take them, but that's just so poor. Alright, let's go! Oh, and let's see how this deck turns out. We can get an aggressive curve going, and we've got more late game than I imagined. Not too much synergy with the Malagos though. Although I suppose we can Demon Wrath, and we can Shadow Bolt, we can... just mostly Mortal Coil. I'm hoping to get that off at least once. So turn 10 Malagos Mortal Coil, and it's pretty much game from there. We've dealt 6 damage, drawn a card, and have a 4/12 on the board. That's pretty good. Alright. Definitely not keeping these. Probably not keeping anything. We should have enough, and we really needed to. So, sure. Well, it's not much better, but it's not much worse either. Worse, not much worse. So, sure.
I greet you.
We'll see how this goes. With any luck, he'll coin out a 3/2, and then everything's okay in the world again. Or, well, actually... that makes the Bluegill rather good in dealing with 3-drops even. So I'm still hesitant, but I'll play the Direwolf here, sure. And if his curve is heavy enough that he doesn't have a play here, well, it's not. Spider Tank, yeah, that's a little inconvenient, but we can trade. So he gets to kill the Direwolf regardless, but that means we can Bluegill next turn and perhaps tap. I guess that's okay. Can kill the Saboteur too. It's just the way it is. That's the risk of playing the dire wolf here, but playing nothing didn't seem too appealing to me. Especially if he had any way of getting rid of that. Okay, so we can bluegill that, and then what? And then double 1-drop. That's not awful. You know, we can run the Saboteur in there and then play the Taunt. I don't like that very much, but it seems better than just flooding the board here. What do I do next turn? Well, it makes my next turn a little more comfortable also. So I guess I'm okay with that. And we could also just go face here. That's a little more dangerous in case of weapon buffs, but he's likely to just have to trade both of his minions in here. I guess 1+2 damage buff would be, yeah. This is way riskier than was required, and that's pretty unfortunate. That's a lot of damage here. That is actually a lot of damage. Councilman's still good here though. So sure, he might have gotten an edge there, but we're still okay. That was a little greedy and probably wrong. Oh, and there's a guard. All right, yeah, shamans can be troublesome. We're taking that to the face, right? Well, not much. Not much we can do about that. At least we can buff it up to quite a large size.
Get it out! Get it out!
Pretty much the best we can do, right? Just flood the board, hope he trades, kill the totem. Because that is still worth it, and take 7 to the face and then have some decent trades next turn. It could be okay. This Malagos is a little unfortunate, but I can't really live tap this turn. I need to build a board. Oh my, oh my. Well, so I guess we're tapping this turn, and trading the imp. Well, at least he traded, so that's kind of okay. That is actually kind of okay. Yeah, we're trading. Not all is lost. I may have to trade 2 4-drops against the 7/7, but not much we can do about that. There's no guarantee that the councilman will do anything for us next turn. If that were a taunt, we would have basically been dead, I think. That's really unfortunate. Tap again? I think we tap again. We need something here. Oh, that's something. Let's see, we can play all that, right? I kind of forgot about the Dark Bomb. So we Dark Bomb and then we make the trades. That's fine. Sure. Let me think. Can we make use of the villager here? No, we kinda can't. Alright. Do I trade the 5/4 or the 4/5 here? That's actually a real question. Let's see. The 4/5 survives the totem. So I guess we're trading this way. I don't love it, but I think the 1 health is relevant enough to preserve it this way. Sure. That's kind of rough. But well, I guess it didn't matter. Oh, that's a lot of big stuff though. We couldn't save the Malagos for that, right? I think we couldn't. So how do we? Well, we don't have to kill that. We can just play the Psychotron. That's not awful. And getting some damage on there is actually worthwhile. Okay, so we're killing the totems. And then taking a 50-50... I guess we'll take it this way. We could have done that before. That's good. That's good. Okay. So going this way... Going wide. Alright. Just fearless stepping, and it might work out for us.
Magic detected.
And that's a taunt, alright, I can deal with that. Oh, Gorilla Bot, some max synergies there. Interesting. He's surely got some big stuff there. It's kind of worrisome. But at least we can trade the villager in there, and that'll be fine. I don't think this is Malagos time, is it? Actually it might be. Would he have hacked the thingamajig if he had it? On the plus side, we don't have to tap this turn, and we're not really getting that many taps in anymore. So I guess it's okay. Sure. Sure, we'll do it this way. Do we trade in both of the little guys for that one? I think we do. Or do we have lethal next turn if we don't? Suppose we trade in here, then we deal 3, he's on 14, we have 14 next turn, that's fine. And any minions we play in addition will certainly help. So yeah, that's fine. We have lethal on board, so he does need to deal with that. If he has another fire elemental, then okay, sure. And this is not insurmountable. We can still kill him in 2 turns, depending on what else he has, of course. Well, that's a little ugly. That's a lot of taunts. That is a lot of taunts, alright. As long as we don't get this killed, then I think we're still okay. Ooh. Only to a minion, though. Ah, that is such a disappointment. This is not a demon, alright. We may have to tap here. I guess we still do. Sure. Oh, that's what I was hoping for. Okay, we can still do all of that. Do we have lethal? No, we don't. But we are drawing a card, so that's pretty good. So where's the trades? Let's see. We can kill one of them and then take a little less on each of our minions. That's pretty much the play. Taking this, what's the chance of him having some charge damage? Actually pretty large. Chance of having 1 damage, not that much. Still got lethal on the table. Alright. Even if he kills the Councilman, I think he's dead. So as long as he's not able to buff up the Gilblin, whew. Well, that was a little worrisome, but Malagos showed up there. Malagos certainly did a thing, so that's exciting. Yeah. Let's see how far we can take this. Well, not expecting too much here. We do have a rather lowish curve and people are drafting really greedily. But that first game certainly was exciting. So there's something for a good start, of course. So I'm planning to stretch this over at most 3 episodes. So the first one has the draft, and I think the first 3 games, perhaps 4, depending on how fast it goes, of course. I don't want to play that on turn 2. I kinda don't want to play that on turn 2. But it might be better than nothing. Sure, I guess I'll keep it. And if she has, yeah, it could still work out. If she has a 2/3 to coin, then that's a little sad.
Greet you.
We have some big stuff in this deck too. There's definitely some top decks to look forward to. And I kind of forgot about the Demon Heart and the Dark Bomb. So we have more Malagos synergy than I thought. Actually, Micro Machine is pretty okay here. I don't mind trading it for a hero power and a 1-drop. That's probably fine. The only way she can trade in here is by hero powering, and that's probably fine with me. I don't have a good follow-up though. That's a little concerning. If she kills this in another way, then we could have been in trouble. So what's coming? Oh, she does have the coin still. Okay, I guess we're tapping, because playing Bluegill here does absolutely nothing. Oh, that's a good card. That is a good card. I like that. Let's see what comes out with the coin now, because coining a 4-drop is usually... it's pretty standard. Well, we can kill that. I don't think we want to. Still, we don't have a good 4, so we might... Oh, well, if that dies, then she has a deadly poison. Not much we can do about that, though. Except play 5 mana stuff next turn. It's a little ugly. It's a little ugly. We can play this guy. How's that? She doesn't have a great trade, I think.
Shall we put
Sure.
a kink in their plans?
I could even unstealth this thing, but that might be a little brave. If I ran it into... Well, I could run it into that thing. But that's just giving her a free 2-for-1. I don't like that too much. So yeah, it's okay. I'm not particularly thrilled here, but sure. Playing Apothecary here, or... Well, I suppose I could Floating Watcher, but that's actually kinda... Well, she does have to trade in then. So I don't feel too horrible about that. That takes a weapon hit and a 3-4. That might be acceptable for a 5-drop, to be perfectly honest. How much better is it to play the Taunt here? The Taunt also just trades. The Apothecary just trades. I think the Watcher is fine. It's not what we want to do with the Watcher, but she's pretty much forced to kill this, and the only clear way to do that is by trading the 3-4 in, or by using a removal spell, which she would have had regardless for whatever minion we played. So I guess that's fine. If she assassinates this, then I think I'm happy. Aside from the fact that she still has a 3-4 on the board, but sure. We've got a Sky Golem coming up. That should be pretty nice. I like that. I like that as a card. And again, 4 health should mean that it's kinda rough to deal with for her, so I think I like that. Has another way to deal with this? Shadow Strike, perhaps? I think she has some kind of removal here. Another Assassinate. Well, I'm certainly okay with that. If it weren't for the relative poor quality of the 4-drop we're getting here. That's kind of aggressive though. I might even Demon Wrath here. Demon Wrath and play Sinjin. I think that's okay. We can afford to be a little wasteful here, because that means we're preserving health, and health means cards in the late game. So yeah, that's it's kind of card advantage in a way. And again, no easy way to deal with this. Well, then there goes that card advantage stream. But if she plays a couple minions, I can Cult, Apothecary, and perhaps even get some decent trades here, so that's probably fine. Minion coming up? Ooh, another Deadly Poison. Oh, that's actually... well, that's actually still okay. I'm not particularly thrilled here, but that's not really an impressive board presence she's got over there. We could tap. I don't hate tapping here. Tapping and then playing the 5, or I think we can squeeze some more value out of that though. That means we're playing the Assassin. Is that okay?
I
think that's okay. It's a lot more dangerous than the Apothecary. And we don't really need the cards per se right now. That's dirty though. Well, I'm okay with running the bluegill into that, and then dark bomb. No, that doesn't quite work. That's a big thing. That's a pretty big dude. We may have to trade here. So what else do? We apothecary, and we tap. Might as well tap first then, if that's our best option. Oh, is that better? No, it's not, because we're not able to play anything. Okay, so apothecary and bluegill into there. Yeah, because the dark bomb can be more valuable. So sure. We really can take that to the face. So next turn, probably Kraken. Not 100% sure. Oh, I would have loved a Demon Wrath here. But Kraken might be okay. She's got some pressure on face here, but well, if I get a decent drop, that's not really a decent drop. I can 1, 3, and 2. Kraken is probably better. We can make some trades here. It's fine. She's only got 6 damage on the board, and we're looking for an opportunity to drop the Malagos, which might be next turn. She's already used to Assassinate, so I don't really expect her to have another. Kind of forced into trading here, though. Kind of ugly.
The sun well.
Boost on that one. Okay, is that going face then?
Come close and listen.
No maximum field. All right. We can probably deal with this. May have to Dark Bomb and Horse Rider that though. Alternatively, this deals 5. This also deals 5. It's probably fine. I'm not too afraid of Max right here. So about Horse Rider, that's 5. That's 10. So we can play everything except Malagos here. Is that okay? How protective do we need to be of our face? She can deal 6 even if we do clear all of that. Yeah. So definitely have to clear both of those, and that's the only real way we're going to do that. Alright. I am okay with that. Yes. So we kind of need to clear that right now. She kind of needs to be worried about the Kraken though, because 9 is a lot of damage. So unless she has some kind of, well, if she gets a mech, then that's a little annoying. But I think we're okay in this spot. Unless she starts dropping another few big things, I think this, well, we don't really have much if she trades that and then the Shattered Sun plus the face into the 5/4. Then this Malagos really needs to save our hide. That's how it's going to work. Yeah, she pretty much has to trade there. So that's okay. But we took an unfortunate amount of face damage in the whole process. So I'm a little worried right now. Is something happening? Why the hover? What is taking so long? Am I disconnected, or is this just a really hard decision? Or did my opponent disconnect? I don't mind a free win. It's not really deserved, but sure. Is that lethal? I have 12, I have 17, and then 17 and then 9. No, I don't have lethal. But yeah, I kinda want to trade here. I'm not going to be sorry here. That's Just the way it goes sometimes. There's no sorry emote. I can't sorry anymore. I can just wow. It's not really saying the same. So yeah, that was a little disappointing, and I'm not sure whether we would have won that thing, but yeah, it's Arena. Sometimes you disconnect, sometimes you real life calls, and that's a shame. But you gotta take what you gotta take. I'm not going to give it away for free, because at the point that someone disconnects, there's no telling what how the game would unfold, if things would continue normally. Passing a turn could just give your opponent the extra cards she needs to kill you, and that's basically never going to work out. So you just chalk it up to your losses and live live your life. It's how it goes. We all lose some games through disconnects, and that's unfortunate. I would really like to sorry there, but I can't. So yeah, keeping the 2 and the 3 is probably worthwhile. I'm not going to mulligan for a 1-drop, even though I probably should. Well, could be a consideration to throw away. That thing is so much more annoying than it seems. But at least we've got some options here. Options don't look too great, though. I think I'll take the Young Priestess over the Gadgets and Jouster. Yes. Especially against the Shaman, because the 2-1 can kill totems. And his hero power can't really kill 2-1s, so that makes 2-1s rather effective against Shaman, I think. He can buff up the totem, that's probably fine with me. Especially if it's a 1-1. This makes it a little awkward, I'll admit. What we can do, though... is... No, we can't really drop the Priestess here. The Priestess just dies. So we can Horse Rider and trade, but that feels really bad. Does it feel worse than doing this? Well, at least this becomes a 2-2 then, but we're still not able to kill that next turn. That is mightily awkward. Well, at least we got a 2-1 on the field, right? What do we do next turn? We're always going to tap between now and next turn, don't we? If he has to trade in, then I think I'm still okay with that, sure. I don't like it. I don't like it, but we didn't have a play for next turn. So playing the Horse Rider here didn't really make a lot of sense. Now, of course, we did have a play for next turn. We could have Councilmanned plus Young Priestess. But we can still kill the totem right now, and it will be reasonably fine. So, Councilman here is pretty good. And he can do some stuff with the Divine Shield, but that's still not going to be too great, unless he has Rock Biter, which I suppose is still okay. Then we can still trade the 2-1 into the 2-2. Yeah, that's probably fine. We're seeing a lot of Shamans in the arena nowadays. I suppose the new cards really did make Shaman a lot more appealing, and the 7/7 for 4 mana is rather impressive. I'll say that's really dangerous.
The Fire
All of a sudden, that doesn't look too dangerous anymore, even though it's still something to be aware of, certainly. So how do we deal with this? There's a great question. We could Shadow Bolt it, but we don't have a minion to play along with it. So might as well just play a minion and then trade into that thing, right? In that case, do we tap? I don't like tapping here. That brings it up to Shadow Bolt level. So next turn we can Shadow Bolt and Oh, actually, do we play this for tempo again? He basically has to kill that, and then we can grab the advantage with the Shadow Bolt and the Horse Rider. I kinda like that, even though it seems really awkward, just throwing this thing to the wolves. But unless he gets a healing totem, I think this is the right call. These are both targets that he really wants to eliminate, and he can't do both in one turn, I think. And if he can, we still get a decent trade, I think. Because either the Shadow Bolt or the Horse Rider will be able to kill that.
What to do?
So kills that. That's dangerous, though. What is he going to do?
Special delivery!
Oh, that is rather good. That is rather good, I'll admit. We may just have to tap here, tap and Shadow Bolt and Flame him. That sounds good enough. Wait, that is not the card I was going to play. So, Shadow Bolt that, Flame him here. And we've got some cards, so we should aim to start playing more cards the coming few turns. Because our hand is getting rather clogged here. Horse Rider's still not awful. At least we can trade into the Tasdingo, and then, there's a question. We could Spider Tank. Spider Tank trades with the board, and then Soulfire. I kinda don't want to lose these cards, but our hand is so heavy right now. So we kinda just have to do something to grab the board back. And I don't think this is going to do it. We could bounce this and then have a 5/4 on the board that trades with these guys. I like the Spider Tank. I don't like discarding here, but I think we may just have to. That stings. That stings. If there's one card I didn't want to lose there, then it's that one. But we can still make this work. We have a Spider Tank on the field, and that's better than having nothing against. Yeah, I would rather have a Spider Tank against a 1/1 than have nothing. Than have a Brewmaster against two minions that can trade cleanly into it. Well, I don't even have a Spider Tank against the 1/1 because the 1/1 has to trade into the Horse Rider. Wait, maybe that's unfair because the 1/1 would have traded. I don't know. We can still get some value here. Oh, that's another big one. So that trades for free into this thing, and then he has a totem. Well, at least I can kill a totem here. So that is kind of okay. So yeah, Assassin seems okay here, but I don't really want to trade that into here. Not much choice we have though. Well, if that hits this, then I need 3 damage. I could bounce back to hand, but that's really slow. I don't have anything to do along with it. Basically just pigeonholed me into playing. Do I cult Apothecary? Still seems bad. Brewmaster's bad. All my options are bad here. What's Apothecary? What was the Apothecary up against? I kind of wonder whether the other card would have been better here. And I don't think I know. So we can Senjin next turn, which kills that thing. It's kind of ugly. Maybe we would have been better off saving the Kraken. I don't know. I would sure like to have a Kraken here, but I don't think the call is bad. Oh, that's a good next turn at the very least. So do we just Brewmaster and Sinjin? I guess that's okay. He doesn't have a clean trade here. If he has any spell, that kinda becomes ugly, right? No, not really. Not really. Unless that spell deals 1 damage to this engine. So that's probably okay. Is it better? We could tap, and that gets us dangerously low. I think I want to get some stuff out of my hand. We can't use the coil productively right now, but next turn we can Malagos, a big thing. Maybe the 5-3, maybe something else. I'm expecting something with 6 health, or something I can make a trade into.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
How bad is that? Well, at least I can kill that. That's how bad it is. Still pretty bad though. I'll say that much. But this is still a pretty good turn. And we're not really getting any better than that, so... Yeah, I agree, that's pretty incredible. I agree, that's pretty incredible. So let's see you get rid of this. Because I've got some taunts coming up.
What to do?
Maybe he just goes face from now on. Is that a fire elemental? Please don't let that be a fire elemental. That's a Kraken. Alright, well. Well, that is certainly some... Oh, okay, okay. That's probably fine. I don't really care that much about the spell damage right now. Well, now I do. well, now I do. But that's probably okay. We're still casting it here. That was a good call, though. Because he would have lost his Kraken to that. So do we taunt up? That deals 2 damage. So the Psychotron with the Demon Wrath deals with this thing. I could also trade the Ravenhold in, but if that's the case, then I don't think I want to. So this seems pretty good. He didn't seem to have a way to deal with big things, so I don't think he has a great way to get rid of the Divine Shield here. And as I said, that basically deals with the Kraken all by itself. Or we might trade the Malagos in if need be. If that's his best option, that's pretty good for us. Oh, that kind of works.
My dreaming.
And that's kind of unimpressive.
Your nightmare begins.
That is kind of unimpressive. So I'm happy with that result. Not happy with what's facing me on the board right now, though. That is another great card. And another reason why the Silence on Malagos was probably pretty good. Let's see. How much can we do here? We can kill Cthulhu. And then we can take 7 to the face. I don't like that too much. We can kill... We can kill the 7-6, but I kinda don't want to kill the 7-6. We can't really trade the 3-4 into anything. I think we have to tap here.
So many possibilities.
That doesn't help. So basically still making the same trade, right? I think we're basically still making the same trade. And that means killing the Cthulhu and taking 7 to the face. So we die to 1 damage. Wait, now we're dead. I didn't want to drop this, I wanted to Dark Bomb something.
That was a mistake.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. I did not have the mana to Dark Bomb after playing that. That was certainly a mistake. That was most certainly a mistake. And silencing that Malagos really saved him there. Because he would have lost his Kraken, and then he would have been kind of in trouble, I think. Because the Dark Bomb would have killed the minion. Yeah, he would have been wrecked if he didn't do that. So, I guess that was the correct call. That was actually kind of amazing. Read my mind like a book. Oh, I wasn't planning on playing another game for this episode, but I guess we'll do just another one. That's probably okay. And if we could find an opponent right now, that would be awesome. Alright, up against Paladin.
Versus Uther.
Let's see how we deal with Paladin
will
in
fight
the
with
current
honor.
meta.
Your soul shall be mine.
I face a lot of Paladin with my Druid deck. I'm not quite sure how I survived that. Ascension is pretty good, but I don't think I can afford to keep that. Well, actually, with the Peddler, I think I do. I think I do keep this Engineer. Because the Peddler kind of fixes our curve. Because even just tapping and playing a 1-drop on turn 3 is not incredibly embarrassing. So yeah, let's see what kind of Paladin deck this will be. I'm getting flashbacks of the first Paladin I faced with my Druid deck, where he was basically constructed aggro Paladin with Divine Favor and all that nonsense. That was kind of traumatic.
Job's done.
Wasn't pretty.
I greet you.
So, what do I not want to see here? Shielded mini-bots. That's probably still fine. That's the funny thing. Flame Juggler is actually pretty good against that. Yeah, but the main thing I don't want to see is some really sticky 2-drops here. Haunted Creeper would also be... That is exceptionally fine. Expecting an aggressive deck though, because you really wouldn't pick that anymore. Yeah, this is fine.
Job's done.
And killing that would have been even better, but at least we took the shot, right? It's better than playing the Peddler here and getting blown out by probably the +1/+2 buff thing. Ooh, I haven't even seen that played. But it could be a thing to be worried about.
Don't mess with us.
Oh, perhaps he's the all Darkshire. Maybe I'm just projecting here. I probably am. Let's see. Well, worst comes to worst, we can play the Infiltrator. And best case... Ooh. These are some choices. These are all valid choices, actually. That's kind of ridiculous. We've got our next 2 turns planned out for us, right? I'm feeling a little too... The Corsair is a little too optimistic, I think. We can squeeze the Flame Imp in somewhere, though. On turn 5, if we don't need a taunt, we can 4-1. And we can do this now. Is that good enough?
Toasty.
We kill the gnome, then we have 2 2/2s. That means I would like to have... Means I would like to have the stealth here. He doesn't have the coin, so he can't consecrate us here. The trades aren't the prettiest, but the Sinjins should be able to do work. I can just leave the 2-1 alone if need be. He could have kings then, of course, but that's probably still okay against the Sinjin, right? That would make it a 6/5, then the Sinjin deals 3 damage to it, so it's a 6/2, and then I can trade one of the 2 attack guys into it. Yeah, that's still fine. So if I Sinjin here, then I can kings next turn, and then it's then everything's still okay. Unless he kings is on this thing, of course. Can't really help that. Can't really help that. What would be the best move against kings? I guess just don't play around kings. We can't kill his board right now. We can't kill his board right now, so there's no use in playing around kings, because if he wants it, he can get it. We can always get kings on a Divine Shield here, so that's not much we can do about that. That I don't necessarily agree with. Because that just gives me the free trades on just about everything on his board. And that doesn't seem like the right idea. Because I do definitely intend to trade with everything on his board. That Demon Wrath is a little awkward though. But we can continue our plan and just play the 4 and the 1. Do we have to trade against everything? Like, we kinda do. Do the trades become worse? Yeah, the trades become worse. And that is still pretty reasonable. Demon Wrath doesn't kill our 3-2. That's kind of a happy coincidence. So if he plays Light in the Darkness here, then... no, that's not the card I'm thinking of. Stand Against Darkness. Then I will certainly counter with Demon Wrath. Because I like a 5-2 and a 3-2 on an empty board. And I can even squeeze in a tap, which is good because I'm running behind on cards, but ahead in tempo. Actually, I'm not even behind in cards because I have 2 minions on the board. Especially now. Well, it was kind of the card I was talking about, but then again, not quite. But we'll see what it is. Do I Demon Heart? Oh, I can Demon Heart my own thing. That's actually much better. Is that the play here? I think that's the play here. Gives it +5/+5. So that means we end up with an 8-3. I don't think a Paladin has a great way of dealing with an 8-3. We even get to draw a card. That's actually pretty great. 8-3. How as a Paladin do you deal with an 8-3? You choose over it and then take it to the face. I think that's how it works. We could have dealt 8 to the face, come to think of it. Then he would trade into this, but he would be on... Let's say he would be on 14. No, I don't think that would have ended well for us. But next turn is looking pretty sweet too. We can play Ravenhalls and we can play Floating Watcher and Life Tap.
I am the blade.
So I like that. How do we trade here? We can tap and play the Taunt. How's that? We kill him in 2 turns. I kind of like that idea. Or we could Floating Watcher and also kill him in 2 turns. How's that? Because the Floating Watcher will be 8 attack the next turn, right? We could Soulfire. We can Taunt and Soulfire. How's that? That pretty much sets up the lethal, right? This sets up the lethal. Basically, everything gives us lethal.
I wonder.
No, except this one. No, then we have Soulfire.
I hear you got a problem.
I like this one. I like that plan the best. Because the 7 and the 5 plus the Soulfire sets up lethal. Oh well, I guess that's a way to do it. So it trades into that thing, then I have 12, then I'm missing 3 damage. Yep, that's not lethal. Okay, you did it. Congrats, you solved the puzzle. So let's see you deal with this. I'm really caught up on this taunt business, right? I do think it's the right call. I do think this is the right call. Only one minion needs to survive, any minion.
The victory is yours.
Yeah, I kinda thought so. Alright, well, so far, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll continue this arena run, which is looking better than expected so far. And we've even gotten the Malagos off, so that's pretty sweet. Alright, see ya.